Hey everybody, it's Mike here. Today I am very pleasantly surprised to talk about the Oblivion Remaster. So this kind of shadow dropped out of nowhere and it caught us all by surprise. And what a pleasant surprise it is. Oblivion, one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Played it, alongside Morrowind. I'm a complete Elder Scrolls nerd, so a really huge surprise to see it come out. I'm not going to be leaving my house anytime soon now. I'm going to be dropping so many hours, probably streaming Oblivion. But that's not what this video is about. I want to give you my first thoughts and kind of like a quick little review on the Oblivion remake. I am so impressed by this remake. I mean, like obviously some of the animations are transferred over, and those stiff animations from what you expect from an Oblivion NPC. But boy, is it so good to get back into Cyrodiil, Imperial Province, and see it all in its glory. Because like I said, when I played Oblivion, I played it back in the day. I think it was on Xbox 360, and then I played it on PC. I honestly never got into any graphical mods, so seeing this game in full beauty, it is something else. Let me tell you, if you haven't played Oblivion with any graphical mods and you jump in this one, I think I just spent almost like an hour yesterday just walking to the different landmarks, and just my jaw was just completely dropping. I'm so impressed by this remake. They reworked the leveling system, and I'm going to go a little bit more into detail about that. So in the original Oblivion, your leveling was kind of based on your major skills that you choose at the beginning of the game. Now, when you level up, you just put your points into, intelligence, strength, willpower, luck, etc. Kind of just like what you'd expect from something like Skyrim. So it's a lot more familiar leveling up system, and a lot of people jumping into Oblivion for the first time will feel a lot more comfortable with that. And yeah, so and again, I really appreciate they added all the new dialogue, so different NPCs and have more unique voices. And in the original Oblivion, it was very limited, the types of dialogue. Like not many different voices, so you have more variety in terms of NPCs. They've added sprinting, which is huge. Before you could only run, so now kind of just like you'd see in a modern game like Skyrim, Fallout 4, you can now sprint. And overall, I find that they've improved the third person and how it feels. It's a lot less janky. They've given you all the DLCs, Shivering Isles, and the Knights of the Nine DLC, everything you would expect from the DLC side of things, including the most famous DLC, that horse armor pack. I have a theory where that kind of horse armor pack kind of was the predecessor to all of our, cosmetic DLCs you see nowadays, but that's a whole other story. But so yeah, you get all of that for free. They did gate some stuff for a deluxe edition. I'm not going to bother with that, and I'm not going to hold it against them either. Just playing the game again and seeing the game in its full realization with our modern day graphics, it's really something else. They even did lip syncing, so when you speak to NPCs, they somehow made it so the lip syncing is really good. It's from what they have to work with. They've redone everything, from every texture, every NPC, every character model has been completely redone and improved. And also, like, just the way the spells look, and just walking around at night and just seeing like the shadows, the reflections. Like I said, I was just walking around the Imperial City, taking it all in, and it's better than it's ever looked. This game kind of hits me at a soft spot because growing up, this literally one of my favorite games. And I know a lot of people are all into Skyrim, but Oblivion's what truly got me hooked into the Elder Scrolls. I mean, I went back from Morrowind, and just I find the storyline at Oblivion is so well done. Now, aside from the redesigned leveling system, they completely overhauled the UI, so it looks a lot more modern and sleek. They've added newly recorded dialogue, so NPCs are going to have fully voiced over dialogue like they didn't have in the original game. You're still going to have those classical dialogue that you would expect from Oblivion. Don't worry, you're going to still have that original stuff. They just expanded on the dialogue, so they're going to have more to say. And you know, each kind of race has new voices and sounds compared to the original game. You're gonna have more blood splatter effects, the little stuff that makes the world feel more alive. And you know, that alongside the beautiful overhaul of graphics just makes Oblivion such a pleasure to get back into. So if you haven't played Oblivion in a while, I'm just gonna assume everyone played Oblivion. But if you haven't played it in a while, or you never played it with like a graphics mod, this is no better time to get back into it. Highly recommend you check it out. Like when I was playing yesterday, I was just completely stunned. And you know, as far as cons, I wouldn't say there's any, except for those real hardcore gamers looking for that, you know, authentic Oblivion experience. So they now made it so you can fast travel pretty much anywhere. And yeah, I can see that for 90% of players, that's going to be a huge improvement. But there's something about in the adventure of kind of finding waypoints and being able to fast travel that way that kind of, you know, spark that sense of adventure, right? But like I said, I can't hold it against them. They're trying to make it more casual friendly. And yeah, overall, for most people, that's definitely a quality of life improvement. So I can't even hold that against the game or anything, but just one little thing there. But yeah, I'm so happy about this one. Definitely recommend you try it out. You know, and I was getting kind of disappointed with the quality of games we were getting so far in 2025. I wasn't super impressed. You know, I was playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, to be quite honest, and I couldn't even get myself to make a review video on that. Maybe that I'll start working on that in a bit, but you know, that's going to be put on the back burner now because I'm going to be playing tons of Oblivion. I just love this game, and you should, if you, like I said, if you haven't played in a while, or if you've never tried this game at all, like there's no question at all, just go buy it right now. But so happy this Shadow Drop came out, and yeah, that's all for this one. If you like my channel, please consider checking it out and subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.